Hey, I figured since I have to film the outro in my gun room, I might as well film the intro in the gun room. This is where I film my live, so make sure you get signed up for that. But I went to the range with the Tisas Double Stack 9, the Gen 2 with the bull barrel, and I had an excellent time with it. And we're going to go out to the range, we're going to put some rounds through it, we're going to test out a bunch of different mags and a bunch of ammo, and then we're going to come back and I'm going to give you my final thoughts on it. TLDW, too long didn't watch. This gun is worlds above where they were even 2 years ago. 2011s in the budget category have come so far. It is actually impressive. So watch the range stuff and then come back. It is currently 93 degrees out at 9:35 in the morning. So needless to say, Unky Joe is not very happy, but we are shooting, so that makes me a little bit more giggly. Yeah, there's stuff. So welcome back to Middletown Training. You can always check out their YouTube channel. Jim does a lot of cool training stuff. Luckily, where I'm shooting from, I have some shade, which is awesome. It's so hot out that my expanding foam earplugs are not probably going to work. So we're gonna give them some time. So if you hear me talking a little bit too loud, it's because I'm keeping these in until they expand. But today, we are back at the range to celebrate the life and times of Edward T. Banana Face. No, we're out here to do some shooting with this guy. This is the Tisas Duty Double Stack 9, chambered in 9. But this is a 9mm double stack handgun from Tisas, the guys that created the Night Stalker, the gun that I had some issues with. I put my Siley Cat Zero on there. I love this optic. This optic is actually amazing. Thank you, Siley, so much for sending that out. And you should check them out. I'm going to be testing a bunch of different mags that I've got. Some were from my buddy Stone, some are mine, some are somebody else's. So a lot of Checkmate mags. Mags out of like my other Tisas and stuff. Oh yeah, we got a lot of mags to shoot out of this bad boy today. I even bought some spare ammo just in case I needed it. But the main reason I'm doing this is because I'm also out here to test this mag specifically, or these mags specifically. These are the 19 rounders from Checkmate. They use the same body as the 17 rounders. Out of my Gerson, I was having some issues, but again, that was because it was in my Gerson, so could have been because I was using a Gerson. But make sure you get subscribed, because coming out to the range every week can be a little bit expensive, and it would be easier if you guys came along. Now, I'm not asking you to give me any money. If you wanted to become a member, that'd be awesome. But if you just want to subscribe, watch some of the long form videos, and just kind of enjoy the content as it's presented to you, that would be amazing. Because while YouTube sucks when it comes to liking gun channels, and I have to fight with them with every single upload I do. So if you guys would be nice enough to come along and subscribe and all that good stuff, you would greatly help me and the channel grow. So I'm going to use these Checkmate mags last, just because I'm testing them. But we're going to put over 100 rounds. So I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 mags here, and some spare ammo. So we are going to put well over 100 rounds through this on our first trip. Also, Mag Lula, get one, 40 bucks, save your arms. Although the design of the Checkmate mags makes these catch just a little bit because they're wide in the back, but we'll get over that. This is Tisas's double stack. It's their 2011, basically, and it is a really nice finish on it. Has the standard Tisas grip on it. Everything is bone stock on this gun. I intend to send it out and get it worked on soon, but as you see it in my hands, this thing is out of the box. Nice and smooth, has just over a 4-pound trigger for a carry gun. That's perfect. And we will be using, I think it's actually a mix. I think I've got a few Magtex in here, but mostly a Gila 115. It's all 115 drink, so that's good. Not sponsored by this pink drink, so you don't need to see the name on it. Let's give you some first impressions. I'm hitting it steel again, my normal 10 to 15 yards. 10 to 15 yards just for shooting and planking is absolutely fine. Some of these targets are actually at 20, but, and again, special thank you to Tisas for sending me the gun. They didn't have to do this. They're stepping up and trying to prove that they are not what I said they were before. And as long as they are what they say they are now, groovy. So let's go ahead. First rounds, safety is on, safety is off, red dot is off. One of the bonuses to the Tisas over the Gerson is you keep your rear sight so you can co-witness. Hey! I have learned how to zero these red dots pretty close even at home. Except for when I'm stumbling like an idiot. Last round. The impulse is really nice on this gun. I don't have a light or anything on the front of it, yet it still is very shootable, very controllable. My dead ahead today is off. I'm wearing clear lenses today just because. Ricochet. Trigger's really good on it. So if you haven't seen the Tisas trigger, what they did was they kind of did the flat curve flat, or a curve flat curve. So at the top and the bottom, it's got a little bit of curve, kind of funneling your finger down into the trigger shoe. Seems to work really well. I don't even have to think about where I'm putting my finger. I like how visible the front green fiber optic is, so even if I'm just using the green optic. Yeah, I can't stand in that stance like other people can. So let's use their new 19 rounder. This is the 19 rounder from Checkmate that I said I was going to try last, but you know what? The gun is broken in, so. We're good. Try the other one. So the Gerson that I had them in, clear. The Gerson that I had them in was heavily modified. This is a bone stock gun, so as long as the mags run fine with a bone stock gun, that's all that matters. One thing I've noticed is a lot of these Turkish guns, they have an ejection pattern that barely comes over the arm, which is fine. Target acquisition is good with the iron sights. I'm just going to use the iron sights and forget about the optic for a minute. And I shouldn't miss. And these mags are working flawlessly in a stock gun, so that is proof that it was probably my tinkering that screwed up the other gun, or screwed up the mags in the other gun. And a little bit of a tip for you guys that are looking for these mags, don't buy them directly from Checkmate. Go to Tisas and Gerson. They sell the mags at a cheaper price than the other manufacturers do. And again, check out Middletown Firearms if you're looking to do any training or anything like that. They allow me to use the range. I call them out. They even clean up my brass for me since I'm so disabled. But yeah, good people, good training. They do concealed carry. They do steel target. They're even going to do competitions here on the land. So I say come back and check them out. Keep shooting. It's a good gun. I like it so far. For a sub $1,000 2011, this thing's doing well. I do apologize. I say this in every video. I'm a double amputee, so when you see me kind of, It has nothing to do with me being high or drunk. It has to do with the fact that I don't have feet, so it's much harder for someone like me to stay in one position. It's also why I sit when I play VR games. Holy shit, that was hot. And then if you grip the gun hard, handles recoil really well, because this is an all steel gun. In case I forgot to mention it, this is an all steel gun. They changed the pick rail to allow it to take like the Surefire light without having to do any mods. It is so hot out here. This gun is so hot right now that it's pretty cool how they have it set up. I really wish my optic wasn't acting funny though. Dude, this thing's running like a sewing machine. It also occurs to me, I forgot to bring my 20 rounders, but that is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 mags at 17 to 19. So let's say 7 times 8, 56 plus 80, 136 plus 4. So that is 140 rounds in one shot on a 93, 94 degree day. And this gun is doing extremely well. I am very happy with how it's shooting. So actually, it turns out I lied. I have my 20 rounder. I just didn't realize where it was. So let's go ahead and burn that one down. Frick you, Nats. Same thing as the Gerson. Do you see those just come back and one actually went that way? Interesting. But yeah, I need to cool down for a minute. So that was 8 full mags through there for a first shots video. It's over 140 rounds. This thing did exceptionally well. It's very hot right now, so I'm actually going to lock the slide back and let it cool. I hope you guys liked that shooting. Hopefully it wasn't too cringe for you. I was using these 19 round Checkmate mags. They ran flawlessly, and I really do appreciate them sending them out. I had problems with the Gerson, but the Gerson was so heavily modified that it wasn't running 100% correctly. In this gun, which was bone stock, still is, it ran flawlessly. I'm happy to say that Tisas has won me back with even just this gun by itself, but I do also own their PX57, and I'm working on getting their new PX9s. So between all of those guns, I'm very happy to report that I am back on the right track with Tisas. They took a big step in allowing me to look at their guns because they knew that I wasn't going to just give them a pass just because they look a little bit cooler now. I'm happy that they let me do this. I'm happy that so far the guns are holding up to my expectations. And I look forward to doing more work with these guns and seeing what else I can do to them. I will be adding a grip module that I'm going to get stippled, as well as possibly doing a different optic and just kind of changing a few things to see what else we can do to the gun. I don't want to mess with it too much because it runs great the way it is, but you know me, you know I like to tinker. So come back for that video. I like you guys so much. I was gonna say I love you, but I really don't. I don't know you well enough to love you, but I'll take you out for lobster. If you know what that means. Put lobster in the comments if you made it this far. Come back for another video. Let me know if you've had a good experience with your bull barrel Gen 2 duty. And come back for the next one. Talk to you later.